Everybody says they want big birds and big eggs when it comes to quail. In today's video, I'm going to share with you one reason why you might not want the biggest eggs. Hey friends, welcome back to Leanstead. If you're new here and we've not met, my name is Hope. My husband Michael and I are in the process of transitioning our homestead from the typical homestead animals like chickens and pigs to mostly Coturnix quail. We're also doing some other birds, but Coturnix quail is the main thing that we're focusing on. Specifically, we love the jumbo reds because we also want big birds and big eggs, and lots of them. However, one of the things that was really surprising when we really started to get into quail that we didn't think about initially is the fact that sometimes the big egg is not really what you want. So I'm just finished gathering up the eggs for today, and we have several new hatches that are laying for their first few weeks right now. And we've been getting some pretty large eggs. And at first, you might think that, wow, that would be incredible. I have a really big egg here. I have a normal size egg here. If you look at the two, there's a pretty big difference in their size. I'm going to weigh them and see what the actual difference is.
So I have my kitchen scale here and it's zeroed out with a bowl on top, and I'm going to take this first egg. This is a standard size jumbo red pansy egg. And yep, it's 14 grams, which is pretty average, 14 to about 17 grams. And here is another jumbo red pansy egg. This one is 15 grams. So that's a pretty average egg size. Now, here's one that's a little on the large side, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be close to about 20 grams. So, yeah, 21 grams. I have 3 big ones here, so I'm going to try another one. This is the largest of the 3 that I have today. Look at that compared to the average size. Definitely bigger. And, ooh, yeah, a whopping 24 grams. And then I have one more today. They've been pretty busy with these double yolkers. Definitely bigger, not quite as big as the last egg that we weighed. And again, we have 21 grams.
So as you can see, my really big egg is this one that was 24 grams. And that is a pretty big egg. Basically, it would only take 2, possibly 3 of these to equal a really good size chicken egg. But I don't really want to have too many of these. There are a couple of reasons why. First of all, if I were just going to crack this egg and cook it in a dish or scramble it or something, then it would be great because more yolk, more protein, more nutrients, that's wonderful. And that's what we're going for when we are eating quail eggs. However, if I want to hatch the egg, if I want to sell the egg for hatching, or if I want to boil the egg for pickling, I'm going to have a little bit of a problem. Attempting to hatch a double yolk, which is basically a twin, in one egg typically does not present a good success rate because there's just not going to be enough nutrients for the development of 2 birds in the same egg. Now, I have seen some pictures of some that did hatch, and it was a scrambled mess. And obviously, it was a bird that would end up having to be, or 2 birds that ended up having to be culled because there were just too many health issues with it. Now, that's not to say that it could never happen, but the likelihood of this being a successful hatch is not very good. If the other use for your eggs is to sell them, either for hatching or eating, you just want to separate your double yolkers or your potential double yolkers from your singles. Another way that we use eggs that we're not hatching around here is to boil and pickle them. Well, the problem is if you have eggs that are this size and eggs that are this size, and you're trying to boil them to a consistent level of soft or hard boiled, you're going to have a problem because it's going to take a lot longer to make this a hard boiled egg versus this being a hard boiled egg. So when pickling, I'm not going to use these double yolked eggs for that either. But if you're thinking that double yolked eggs are always going to be a problem, don't worry about that. It typically is going to be something that happens with younger birds because their system is just not completely in sync. So it's going to be important for you to really pay attention to the size of a standard egg from your birds. This egg is from a jumbo breed, and it is going to be overall bigger than your standard quail egg. A standard quail egg is going to be anywhere from like 10 to 12 grams per egg. The jumbo typically are about 14 to maybe 17, maybe 18 grams. But when you start to hit 20 grams, 21, 22, you're pretty much holding a double yolked egg in your hand. So just be sure that you are paying attention to the size of the egg. If you order hatching eggs from a breeder, pay attention as well. We have in the past ordered eggs from a hatchery that also included some double yolked eggs, and obviously none of those hatched. So if you are selling hatching eggs, just be careful. The success rate of shipped hatching eggs is already not very good, and you want to make sure that you're sending to someone else the best possible eggs you have. I would advise you to hold on to those double yolkers and have it yourself for breakfast. I hope that helps you out as you're making a decision about what to do with the eggs that you are collecting on a daily basis. And I hope you end up with some double yolkers that you can use at home, but I hope you also end up with some really good ones that you can hatch. Now, I have one more double yoker to open up and some that I need to cook right away. Okay, here is that last egg, and I am taking my quail egg scissors and opening that last one up to confirm that I was correct. And there's one yolk and two yolks. Now, there are my 6 yolks from 3 eggs, and I've got to get busy cooking. If you don't have a pair of quail egg scissors, I encourage you to grab a pair or a couple maybe, and I will link these. They're not very expensive, and they're extremely handy to have in your kitchen when you're cooking with quail eggs. Hope you guys have a blessed day, and we'll catch you on the next video.